Hi everybody, welcome to kdmoonchild's world. I'm Katie, and this is Saturday Solutions. I am here for you. We come together, and this is definitely a reading of many card decks, as you can see. I went ahead, shuffled and pulled the cards, as I have my card reading table currently set up to do my artwork, and so it's kind of to reset it all up and make it all pretty in the background. I just decided, hey, let's just go ahead and pull the cards and get a jump start on the reading. What we do here is we're looking for solutions. This week has been 1 week. History was made this week, and I don't know about you, but I have had a myriad of emotions about it all. A lot of stuff I guess I had bottled up that I didn't know I had bottled up. So here we are. Spirit's called us together. We're going to talk about our current situation here. Grab my chopstick. Our current situation here. And yes, this is for entertainment purposes only. Get that out of the way. This is the Mystical Shaman deck by Baron Reed. And this is our current situation. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. Beautiful card. Kind of been feeling like you need to be a sorcerer lately. I'm looking at the rainbow back here. Those are all your emotions. Those are all your chakras. And they've all been trying to line themselves up and keep us in harmony. Wow. It just seems like everything gets crazier and crazier. But that's a political situation, and if you don't pay attention to the politics, then it's really not that crazy. It's all a matter of your perception and how you want to be. Are you going to worry about it or not? Because here we have the moon, full moon right now. Well, earlier this week, we had a full moon. No, that's not what that is back there. About halfway through the month, in a couple weeks, we have in here in the North American continent, Northern Hemisphere, we have a solar eclipse. And it's one that we're supposed to be able to see from the United States in full on. I think that comes from that. Definitely I'm hearing what comes with it is illumination. And to be able to handle this, you're going to have to put on the mask and the cloak of the sorcerer, understanding that we have the power within ourselves to handle this, to change our perceptions of it, to control it. And as all of these emotions come in, we need to let them flow and let them go back into the light. All that emotional energy is a part of what is the power of that light. But you'll notice the sorcerer has pretty feathers in the headdress that he's wearing. She. This is a sorcerer, not a sorceress. So he is wearing these wonderful feathers in his headdress. there to remind him that whatever he does, whatever he says, do it lightly and gently. We can make it. We put on this cloak. Pardon me. Put on this cloak. It looks like it's the coat of a bear. Even part of the headdress up here has that same feel, like it's a bear hide. That's cloaking yourself with massive strength, because it's how it feels, huh? It's how we're feeling. Like we definitely need to do that. Cloak ourselves. Cloak ourselves in strength. That's a 3 card. The 8 and the 4 makes 12, which breaks down to a 3. We have some massive changes coming. So anyway, this situation that we're finding ourselves in is historical. But it proves that no one is above the law, which is about what our Constitution is really based on. That we're all the same. That there isn't double and triple standards according to your wealth and standing in society. And that is what this solar eclipse is. Quite the start of eclipse season, and I'm not an astrologer to tell you anything about that. There are other people that can tell you about that. I just know it's really important. This is where we are, covering ourselves with that blanket, that hide of the bear. What do we want to be? This is the Shaman's Dream Oracle deck by Colette Baron Reed. We want the possibility of a union again in this country. We're tired of the hate and division, the comparisons, it's you, not me. It's we want a new beginning. To do that, we have to walk past those 2 pillars. And everyone who walks past those 2 pillars, which represent this side of the pillars, is the past. The other side of those pillars, here on this landing of these stairs, is the current, the present. But those stairs to that light, to that solar light, that pure light that is not eclipsed, that's our goal. That's where we want to be. That is our future. That is the good things. That is what will happen with our possibility for union. This is what we're needing. This is what we're wanting. We want to be a country again. Not 2 or 15 or however many have been being called for. Craziness. Anyway, not a political reading. Sorry. How do we get from where we're cloaking ourselves in protection of strength, but yet walking lightly and softly and touching people with our feathers, to being where we can walk past this, to get past feeling like we have to be like this, and go up the stairs to our union, to the finish of the shift, to what we've been promised, to what this country can be if we all work together instead of us against them. There's so many us against them in every direction you look, and it's been that way in the history of this country for so long. I know the younger generations are really tired of it. I'm an older generation. I've lived through a lot of it, and I'm sick of it. So, yeah, me personally, I am praying for the possibility of union. So, how do we do it? How do we get from cloaking ourselves in our strength, protecting ourselves, shielding ourselves, to dropping our shields and finding our possibility for taking the hand of those we would normally shield ourselves against? How do we, how do we grab them by the hand and bring them with us into that future, into that union? Wow, 11. This is the enchanted map. I'm sorry, I just flipped that card over while I was talking. This is the Enchanted Map deck by Colette Baron-Reid. It's a balancing act. It's gonna have to be definitely a balancing act. But understand, yes. Understand you hold the strings. Nobody else holds the strings. You're in charge of how exposed you want to be. And you've got to keep that ship of love afloat and that light coming out of you. You cannot let what's down in here that might be trying to come up to you and dim that light. You can't let the clouds get in your way. And it is a delicate balancing act. See? All those hearts of love coming out of that ship. But look what the ship is on. This is a reoccurring theme in these readings for weeks now. That's a bubble. That's a bubble. We're balancing the weight of the world because of love. We can do it, but we're balancing it on our bubble. And we just have to be ready, because when we set ourselves free from that bubble, that ship's got to land on a very fine line to stay afloat. But as long as the love keeps coming out of that ship, it will help balance the ship. It will help right the ship. See, right now the ship is kind of tilted towards the back. I don't know what is the bow and I don't know what's the bow and what's the stern and what's whatever. Anyway, it's the back of the ship. Sorry. Back here, look how that's obviously heavy, but that's also where all that love is coming out of. Yeah, there's a weight to love, but it's all up to you and how exposed you want to be. How open are you willing to be? Do you want that new beginning there in the future? Then don't be afraid of being exposed and shining your light. Because once that ship balances, on this cord, it's not going to be heavy in the front or the back or tippy. It's only tippy because it's trying to balance on a bubble. So we get on the sky bridge and get where we need to go. Be prepared, get ready, and open your heart, open up. Open up. Wow. This sorcerer card, I don't know why, I always want to do a clarifier on the first card, the card of where we are right now. And we'll see what that is. And from what that is, we'll see what we need to do if we need clarifiers on the other cards. The other two. I'm using the One World Tarot by Elena Rodriguez and Sienna Rose. Woo! It came out in the reverse, too. I mean, it flew out. We're in this of our own making, you know. He's behind his back. He's holding the rope that's got him hung up. You can let go of that rope at any time. And here with it being reversed, it won't land on his head this time. It'll land on his feet. Gonna land on his feet. He just doesn't get it because he's closed. You're closed off in this card. Because you're too involved in yourself. Too involved in what's going on in the physical world. Too involved in what's going on outside of you. Too involved. Let it go. What are your attachments? When you are overly involved in things, you cannot make a proper educated decision. You've got all these emotions coming through. So that closes us off. And when we're closed, we're stuck back here. We can't get up there to that light. And it's hard to do the balancing act on that dang bubble. And then I'm hearing, yeah, that's the only clarifier I need, really. I get it. I totally get it. We're going to have all this emotion happening as the months come ahead. It's starting now. I wanted to be happy, but I never can rejoice in someone else's misfortune. And I did feel relieved because I could see that justice was going to work. And, you know, I started to let go. And I dove into being creative this last couple weeks. And I dove so deeply into being creative, I can't even prepare my table for a card reading because I'm so busy working on my creativity. But it's been my sanity, it's been my foundation, and it's been my calm. So all I can say to you, that's the balancing act. Don't worry about the bubble. If the bubble pops, you got it. You're a tightrope walker because you can see clearly. Your heart is open. Don't close it up. We want that possibility for union. And we can't have union without forgiveness. We cannot have forgiveness without compassion. So you have to see and seek with your heart what you need to do to find compassion. And that's one that's been a hard one for me this week, as the congressional supporters have been making complete fools of themselves, along with the ex-president's children. So it's been really hard for me to not laugh a lot when I hear what's coming out of their mouths, you know. And I realize it's just noise. It's just distraction. Most of them are doing it to get attention, because by being obnoxious, people give them money. I don't get that one, but hey, whatever floats your boat. You give your money wherever you want to give your money. It's your money, your path, your walk. But when your walk, your path starts affecting everyone else around you, you need to be careful. Okay, we obviously have a chakra that is blocked. It's interesting, we're the sorcerer with all the power in the world, but here we are, the hangman, standing on our own 2 feet, standing on 1 foot. Not really hanging, just standing on 1 foot. Oh my goodness. This is the swatches of chakra, the Kaleidodope deck by Crystal Banner. Let's see what swatch color chakra is out for us. What do we need to heal, please? This card wants to stay in my hand. Okay. I heard that earlier today too. We need to work on our spiritual awareness. You have rituals you do? I mean, we just had the full moon. Do you do rituals for that? Make them up. Make your own ritual. Make your own ritual. We get this a lot, this card. This spiritual awareness card. It's our third eye. Well, it's not really necessarily that particular card we get a lot, but we do get the third eye. Purple. When you're tired from all the coming at you, or the coming at you, turn that off. Find a really quiet place or put on music that helps you soothe the soul, and then go find that place that's soothing to you. And open your heart. Connect with the earth. And the next thing you know, you'll find and you'll feel that spiritual awareness start to flow through you. It comes from above, through you, your feet, your hands, wherever you're touching the ground, into the ground. Like you're the magnet for the energy that's the connection between the cosmos and Gaia. This is the center for your intuition, your psychic abilities, your inner wisdom, consciousness, and awareness. When it's balanced, you have insight, you have a very strong intuition, you have emotional balance. See how those are all lined up? On this side, they fade away back here, right? You have self-awareness, then you have clarity, you have imagination, you're recognizing signs and symbols, 11, 11. You're noticing patterns, and you have clear vision. Now, when it's out of balance, you're cynical. I find myself going, oh yeah, sure, I've heard that before. Stop that. Stop that, because what that's doing is you're manifesting doubt. If it's a situation where you really want the outcome to be what is being promised to you, don't put out there, oh yeah, sure, I don't believe that for a minute, because it won't happen for you. They won't be able to do what you're wanting. It won't work, because you manifested doubt that it would work. So you're closed-minded. And because you're closed-minded and you're cynical, you find anxiety starting to build in your stomach. And maybe you start to look at the people around you and get distrustful and paranoid because you're confused. You have this fog and this cloud about you. That fog and that cloud is there because intuition is trying to talk to you, and you're ignoring it. You're rejecting it. And you're doing that because you're focused in your ego. This solar eclipse is going to show this to you, whether you're ready for it or not. Because we are all out of touch with reality right now. We all say we want balanced harmony. What is that? Balance and harmony. What is that? Define that for yourself. What does having a balanced and harmonious life mean for you? And you're out of touch with reality because you've been really focused in your ego. All about doubt, all about fear. Will this ever happen? And the result of all that is you're judgmental. Stop. You cannot have a union with someone that you're judging. It doesn't work because you've got a win-lose situation. And unions must be a win-win situation. This is a perception thing. This is, you need to find your quiet place, find sanctuary, and connect back again with your spiritual awareness. Make time to do that. You will not be sorry, I promise you. I promise you won't be sorry. There's also, and they're not, I don't have any of my crystals here. The crystals that you can use to wear or to carry in your pocket. I wouldn't put it in your purse because your purse isn't really you. It's just another one of your things. You want that energy of that stone to be connected to you. Stick it in your sock. I don't know. Anyway, the stones to help this are easy, actually. All of them are easy to get, and none of them are expensive. First one is labradorite. And, you know, that's that pretty iridescent blue-green stone. And then, but yet in the light it has the color. But when in the rest of the light, it's ugly and gray. And then there's amethyst, which is, of course, purple. Amethyst is your healing stone. You carry amethyst on you. I pretty much, well, it's my birthstone, so I mean, I wear amethyst most of the time, or I've got it near me, around me in some way. And then there's kyanite. Kyanite comes in many different colors. It's a beautiful stone. It usually comes in a purplish color. I have a couple of them that I purchased that are teal. And I guess only like less than 10% of what they mine of kyanite comes out in that teal, turquoisey teal color. It's a really beautiful color. Anyway, and moonstone, rainbow moonstone, white moonstone, and there's peach moonstone. All of those, they're reflective. You'll notice the labradorite and the moonstone are both very reflective with multicolors. And I can tell you, the amethyst and the kyanite are very similar in color. They're both clear, beautiful, clear crystal. And then you have the sodalite, which looks like it's very opaque and looks like a pair of blue jeans. That light blue, and it's mottled and faded like that. Anyway, any of those stones, if you can get any of those stones, it will help you. Now we come to the affirmations part. And I want you to do these on Tesla's 369, Nikola Tesla's 369. Repeat it 3 times in the morning, 6 times in midday, and 9 times before you retire or at sunset. Tell yourself, I am intuitive and connect. I nurture my spirit. See, we're once again, we're making a ritual here, in case you hadn't noticed. I listen to my deepest wisdom. You know deep down in your gut that what's coming out of your mouth is crock or it's the truth. You know whether you're trying to manipulate or whether you're trying to help. You know. I listen to my deepest wisdom. Yeah, I am open to inspiration and ideas. There you go. Find your muse. Find your creative base. You have a creative core, believe it or not. Everyone does. You solve problems every day. You can't do that without thinking creatively. You have to be adaptable, to solve problems, issues that come up in life. You have to be able to change perceptions, yours and possibly that of others. And I mean that as a big possibly that of others. So be open to inspiration and ideas. And then tell yourself, I'm in touch with my inner guidance. Trust your gut. It'll never lie to you. Practice discernment with your intuition and your gut. That is the communication center in your body. And it comes from your third eye. So energy comes in the crown chakra. It is sorted and clarified in the third eye, and then it goes down through your throat, through your heart, all through these other chakras that are spinning and working. To finally get to your core, to get to your solar plexus, your sacral chakra, and your root chakra. And that's where you'll know whether it's BS or not. I want to talk to you a little bit about the rule of 5. You know, if you've got a crisis going on in your life, you're perceiving it as a crisis. I heard Jamie Lee Curtis say this in a short on YouTube, so I'm giving her credit. Thank you, Jamie Lee Curtis. I love what you said. If whatever is happening to you, you need to figure it out. How's it going to affect me? Is it going to affect me for 5 seconds? Is it going to affect me for 5 minutes? Is it going to affect me for a day? Is it going to affect me for a week? Is it going to affect me for 5 years? If it's going to affect you for 5 seconds, you might want to let it go. If it's going to affect you for 5 years, that's when you call out the cavalry. That's when you get all the adults you know around to surround you to help support you. Because that's a trauma, true trauma, and a true crisis. All of it before that really is insignificant, because it goes away. And eventually even that trauma too passes. It changes you, because that's what it's intended to do, but it passes. So trust and stay in touch with your inner guidance. Don't ever doubt that intuition, that little voice inside your head that says, you really shouldn't do that. Don't do it. Because one of these days, if you don't listen to it, and it's telling you, like, don't get in that car, or don't sit there on that side of the car, don't get in that seat. I've known people who've ignored that, who've gotten hurt in car accidents when they got hit on that side that they were told not to sit on, but they went ahead and did it. Listen to your intuition. So, I'm going to move these cards up just a bit so that we can see what we need to see over here. We have 2 cards for the earth. Our message from Gaia. And I'm going to turn them over one at a time. The first card, and this is the card that is crossing what we need to do. We're so busy being warriors. Passion and fire in our hearts. We are being asked if that's necessary now. With this solar eclipse that's coming, all these sun messages, the solar eclipse that's coming, that's the message that's coming with it. When do you need to be a warrior, and when do you not need to be a warrior? She's beautiful. She needs to find her heart, from her heart, her tenderness now for a while. She's still got plenty of weapons in her quiver. She's fine. Because it's time to stop blocking and crossing your inner healer. Because as the inner healer, you are the transformer. Moths. They represent transformation. You have a new plant. It's a tree. A new seedling. That's a tree. Coming out of your clarity bubble. If it's making it past that membrane, you don't need to worry about it popping. Because that's all held in your hands. The healing energy comes from the passion around your head and out of your hands. It's coming down through you. the inner healer. And this card crosses it. So that's telling me we need to find a gentle place. We need to find our tenderness to heal. So I will put them, I don't want it upside down, so I will put them this way so you can see that. There's plenty of time. Over here she's holding time in her vessel, and she's holding time in her heart. Two need to fill each other without fear and in peace. It's time for the warrior to radiate love from her heart and not anger. You don't have to be the defender. Not so much anymore. It's time to heal those wounds. Gaia needs to heal. She needs us to heal. And when we heal us, it will automatically heal her. And yeah, once again, we have a balancing act. Balancing between the warrior and the healer. It's through your spiritual awareness. So Spirit, what message? And here we have two cards again. This is the, and this is the Earthcraft Oracle. I apologize. This is the Angels and Ancestors deck. There's two cards here. So let's see what the top card is first. Boy, does that one fit over here or what? It always amazes me with this Angels and Ancestors part of this reading. It always connects to whatever the Earth is wanting us to know over here. I'm always surprised by that. I guess I shouldn't be. It's what I'm asking for, isn't it? A message. And I get two. So the first one is stay rooted and grounded. This is also Archangel Raphael. All this green is healing, and this is what we're looking for. To find the possibility of union, we have to heal. And yes, healing is a balancing act, but it's also a choice. We can choose to stay in the stagnant waters of the eddy, or we can head back into the flow and let our emotions flow through us, washing through us to heal us. Heal us. That's what this dude's all about. So stay grounded. Go stick your feet in the soil. Go for a hike. Go swimming. That's even better yet if you live where it's warm enough to go swimming. And even if you have access to an indoor pool, maybe get in that water. The point is to be immersed in the flow of the water. And if that flow of the water is being created by your exercise, that's fine. That's healthy. It's still flow. Well, understand you are the Shaolin Master. While all this is going on up here, yeah, you're the sorcerer. You're the master sorcerer. There's a lot that's going to come at you that's going to trigger those emotions like crazy. Let it flow through you. Just let it flow. Don't sit in them. Let it flow. And as you're letting it flow, be graceful in everything you do and say. Practice grace and forgiveness in every action of your day. Let me move this on over here. You can see it if I move it over here, so we're not covering up the Gaia message over here. So because you're healing, you need to stay grounded. We are all healing. The arrest and arraignment was the first step in that. For some it was healing, and for some it was terrifying and scary. And we have to keep that in mind. Practice that in our hearts. Don't judge people. Spiritual awareness. Please be more spiritually aware in what you're doing and saying. Stay grounded. Be graceful in everything you do and say. You have the power of the yin and the yang. Positive and negative powers. You've got control of both of those in your hands. It's all in how you come at it. Are you going to come at it in a positive way? Positive frame of mind? Or a negative frame of mind? Wow. We will have our possibility for union, but I'm getting here that out of everything, it's going to take a balancing act of kindness and knowing how far to speak. And when we speak hard, when we have what may be news that may be interpreted as harsh, make sure that you are extra grounded and extra graceful in taking any actions of what you say or what you do. Because we are, above all, here to help each other, not single out and separate each other. We can't have healing with separation. That's why we're so hungry for the possibility of union. Thank you very much, you guys. Wow, this is a fascinating reading today. I'm sorry I had to pre-pull the cards, but sometimes that may happen. Get used to it. I don't know what they are till I turn them over. So, well, I must admit, I did know the Sorcerer card because it flew out right side up. I mean, literally flew out like the Hanged Man. So it's kind of interesting that that Hanged Man card was the clarifier for they're both flying cards. Anyway, I hope you have the happiest of happy Easters. That's a part of the balancing act of your spiritual awareness. Recognizing the power of reincarnation and rebirth. Blessings to you all. Happy Easter. Be kind to one another. Be gentle and kind and graceful with yourself. I'm going to give you a Therapet card to get you on your way. And with that, I'll let you think about that. You are doing enough. It's going to be okay. There's no timeline on this. You do what you can, and you rest when you need to rest. That's a part of the healing. You're an inner healer. You are a healer. You need to rest to recharge so that you can go back and heal more. And how you recharge is with the Earth Guardian by staying rooted and grounded. That will bring about your graceful movement and action. I thank you all for being here. Blessings to you. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye now.